Hey, I just want to come in and do kind of a follow-up video to my last with the screenshots someone sent me, where you have kind of been bashing Hermione a lot lately because it feels nice to have someone to talk to who's not a huge fan of Hermione like myself, and not get attacked for my opinion, especially since my opinion and the reasons are based off of fact and canon from the books. But who can, not like Hermione, right? But you can hate every other character. But I got tired of the Ron slander. I was like, you know what? I don't care if you guys don't like my opinion. I don't like Hermione. Deal with it. And it's not like I don't like her. I mean, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I kind of like her. I feel like I have a complicated relationship with Hermione. Okay. So yeah, but. So I'm going to go through these and kind of show you. So here is like, how do you remember stuff like that? Asked Ron, looking at her in admiration. Admiration. He didn't say this in a snippy way or in a way to be like just rude or anything. He said this in a loving sort of way. Okay? Because genuinely Ron is like that. Yeah, he has his jealous moments, but genuinely he is like that. And then here goes Hermione. I listen, Ron, said Hermione with a touch of asperity. Was that necessary? No, it was not. Because guess what? He was giving her a compliment, and she was being a total B-word. I don't cuss, so I'm not gonna say it, but you get my point. Like, that was not necessary. Here is more. A slightly stunned silence greeted the end of the speech. Then Ron said, "One person can't feel all at once. At what? They'd explode. Just because you got the emotional range of a teaspoon doesn't mean we all have," said Hermione nastily, picking up her quill again. See, even saying the way she's saying it, it's not like she's just saying it in a casual tone or even a kind tone, or in a funny, this is meant to be a joke tone. No, she's saying this in a way to be mean, to be nasty, because that is kind of her character most of the time. And I'm not going to apologize for feeling like that when it's literally in the books. "Ah, well," said Ron, throwing the cloak back over Hermione. "Worth a try, but you were a bit obvious." "Well, next time you can show me how it's done, Master of Mysteries," she snapped. He was just pointing out a fact, okay? And it didn't even say anything about him saying it in a rude tone, because he probably wasn't. But it mentioned that she snapped, and it used an exclamation point. So she snapped, and it was unjustified, okay? He did nothing. He was just stating a fact. He's trying to be helpful. And she's not. She just wants to be the best at everything. Here again, "Hermione, if Harry's seen a Grim, that's bad," he said. My Uncle Bilious saw one, and he died 24 hours later." "Coincidence," said Hermione airily, pouring herself some pumpkin juice. "You don't know what you're talking about," said Ron, starting to get angry. "Grims scared the living daylights out of the most wizards." There you are then," said Hermione in a superior tone. Notices that superior tone because she thinks she's superior. She thinks she's better than everybody. She really does. Like, it's literally in the context, and sometimes it's not even subtext. It's literally in the writing. So, where am I? "The Grim's not an omen. It's the cause of death, and Harry's still with us because he's not stupid enough to see one and think, right, well, I better pop my clogs then." See, another thing that annoys me is how she treated Trelawney and Ron. So what if she... Okay, I am not a believer of God or anything religious, really, but I would never, if someone talks about, I know someone who's a huge believer, and I would never be like, "Okay, you're wrong, God is not real, it's a coincidence." First of all, I don't think coincidences are true, but still, I wouldn't just try to make someone that does believe not believe, She's as bad as, well, Catholics who try to say, well, being gay isn't right. Honestly, she's acting that bad. Because, so what if he believes it? It's not hurting her. He can believe what he wants, just like she can believe what she wants. She doesn't believe in it, fine. But if they don't believe what she believes, then she has a problem. "Well, you do," said Ron, "but if she jumps out you unexpectedly like then, it's pathetic," said Hermione furiously, striding away from Ron as far as she could go and turning to face him with her arms folded once she reached the wall. She's making a show about it, and she's being just downright And calling someone pathetic, ugh, I'm getting so mad at her, honestly. I'm starting to wonder if I even like this character at all. Oh, come on, Harry, said Hermione, suddenly impatient. It's not Quidditch that's popular, it's you. You've never been more interesting, and frankly, you've never been more fanciful. Ron gagged on a large piece of kipper. Hermione sparred him one look of disdain before turning back to Harry. See, he didn't do anything. He was just making a joke. No, that was not... No. I'm starting to wonder why Hermione stands Hermione because... And it's funny because honestly, most Hermione stands, if they met a person like Hermione in real life, they'd instantly hate her. You can still see where those brains got hold of me in the ministry. Look, said Ron, shaking back his sleeve. And it doesn't hurt that you've grown about a foot over the summer either, Hermione finished, ignoring Ron. I'm tall, said Ron, inconsistent. See, he was... I want to punch her. I want to punch her. I want to Avada Kedavra her. Seriously, just looking over these is making me actually start to hate Hermione. I never hated her. I just never liked her. And I might have even disliked her at times. But right now, I think I kind of hate her because... Because this is bogus. How can anybody stand Hermione when this is how she acts and Ron does nothing most of the time and she does this? How did you go? Asked Ron, hurrying towards Harry. I think I felt something the last time I tried, a kind of tingling in my feet. I expect your trainers are too small, Wan, said a voice behind them, and Hermione stalked past, smirking. Was that necessary? Seriously. I can't. Cormac, said Bavardi. Cormac McLaggen, you mean? That's right, said Hermione sweetly. The one who almost, she put a great deal of emphasis on the word, became Gryffindor keeper. Are you going out with him then? Asked Bavardi wide-eyed. Oh yes, didn't you know, said Hermione with the most un-Hermione-ish giggle. No, said Bavardi, looking positively agog at this piece of gossip. Wow, you like your Quidditch players, don't you? First Crumb, then McLaggen. I like really good Quidditch players, Hermione corrected her, still smiling. Well, see, got to the party and get ready. Got to go and get ready for the party. She was just putting on a show for Ron. That's not necessary. She's trying to make him jealous, okay? That's wrong. It's no wonder I can't get it out, Hermione. You packed my old jeans there tight. Oh, I'm so sorry, hissed Hermione. And as she dragged the waitress out of sight of the windows, Harry heard her mutter a suggestion as to where Ron could stick his wand and said, I'm starting to wonder if Hermione stands only stand Hermione because they don't like Ron for some whatever reason. Because like I said, Ron 98% of the time does nothing for Hermione to act like this. I'm starting to wonder why I ship Hermione when I do. They're my second favorite ship in the books, but I'm starting to wonder why do I ship them? Because honestly, Ron could do better, and honestly, he deserves better. Well, you just had a big shock, said Ron kindly. What was that supposed to do? It did what I meant it to do, said Hermione rather crossly. This was a spell to reveal human presence, and there's nobody here except us. It literally says, I just can't. It literally says, Ron said kindly. But it said Hermione said crossly. Bogus. Well, can't you find yourself... Sorry, said Ron, clicking the deluminator and restoring the lights. I don't know, I'm doing it. Well, can't you find something useful to occupy yourself? I get that being annoying, the deluminator turning on and off, but she didn't have to be like that. She's a total... I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Because that's unnecessary. She could have said it kindly, or asked him to stop, or, I don't know, helped him figure out the deluminator. Herself useful? That was really, really good, Harry, said Hermione. Finally, it was Harry and Ron who was left. Yeah, it was, said Ron enthusiastically as they slipped out of the door and watched him melt back into behind them. You see me disarm Hermione, Harry? Only once, said Hermione, stung. I got you loads more than you got me. I did not only get you once, I got you at least 3 times. Well, if you're counting the one where you tripped on your own feet and knocked the one out of my hand. See? If someone is better than her even once, she has to be like, oh no, I did this. I'm better than you. I want to strangle her because that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous and stupid, and she is awful.